Get ready with a girl who's not a morning person. As a kid, I watched tons of movies and tons of shows. And occasionally there would be a scenario in said movies and shows where the kids would grow up, go to college, the parents would be empty nesters, and they would be so excited. Years later, as I had my own child, I still never understood that. I loved being around my baby, and in a few months, she will be 18 and graduated from high school. I will say this, I actually understand those parents. As a mom and an auntie, I have an 18-year-old and I have a 17-year-old. And let me tell you, most days I just want to be left alone, mainly because of the attitudes. People say that kids are hard and it's not easy. And for what my experience was not that. Me and my daughter are carbon copies of one another. And I actually enjoyed her as a little girl. I enjoyed being her mommy. I still enjoy being her mommy. However, there are moments where I want to put my hands around her neck and strangle her. Of course, I won't, but Jesus Christ, this child, the attitudes. And I also have a niece. And I'm not alone in this experience. Me and my best friend had a long conversation regarding this. She's experiencing a teenager herself, not a 17 or 18-year-old, but nonetheless a young teenager. My sister is experiencing two teenagers as well. Completely understands where I'm coming from. I'm trying very hard not to be selfish in this. And I think what makes it so hard being a mother to two attitude teenagers is the fact that I can't say what I want to fucking say. Despite my TikToks, I'm not a nice person. I do consider myself kind, and I've been told I'm a very kind, I'm a very giving and selfless individual. However, I am not nice. I have amazing comebacks. So the attitudes that I get and the things that I actually want to say to those two would be very hurtful. So I'm having to stifle what I actually want to say. They're too old for me to be slapping them, and I never really put my hands on my child because I'm a woman. I'm a grown woman. And she's a little girl. And if I can't find a way to, channel my anger outside of physical altercations, I've never been that angry. However, lately, I have been that fucking angry. So instead, I just go in my room and close the door. Let them fend for themselves for dinner and let them walk the dog, feed the dog. I have to be alone. So I completely understand the whole empty nester conversation. I'm not saying I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely not. Because I love my children. All of them, all my nieces and nephews, I love them so much. I'm glad they're growing up to be strong and very beautiful. But I completely understand why people get excited to be empty nesters because I see it. I get the appeal. Maybe I just need a little vacation. I mean, I am planning on solo traveling in the next year, so maybe that's just what I need. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna go in my room, close the door, and be left the hell alone while they have their own attitudes or whatever. Anyways, here's the finished look.